Generating traffic and sales can be a challenge for online merchants. But selling on the Walmart Marketplace puts your products in front of millions of customers who shop on Walmart.com. And right now, sellers who join Walmart Marketplace can save up to 50% on referral and fulfillment fees for the first 90 days. So get started today. Head over to marketplace.walmart.com/savings. That's marketplace.walmart.com/savings.
Today's podcast is sponsored by SLI Systems, providers of intelligent site search and navigation solutions. Learn more at sli-systems.com and listen to their interviews at ecommercepodcast.com. Welcome to E-Commerce Conversations, a weekly podcast focusing on e-commerce topics featuring interviews with prominent people in the e-commerce space.
Well, welcome to E-Commerce Conversations by Practical E-Commerce. I'm Kerry Murdoch. Pay-per-click advertising is our topic today. In particular, it's pay-per-click advertising in an economic recession. Does the recession affect keyword bids or even keyword click-through rates, we wonder? And to help us with this, we're pleased to be joined by Tina Kelly. Tina is a pay-per-click advertising expert, and she's online marketing manager with Net Concepts, a marketing firm specializing in natural and paid search optimization. Tina is an 8-year veteran of online marketing, and we're pleased to have her join us today. Tina, welcome.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Sure. Tina, we have read that keyword bids with Google and other search engines are actually dropping. We've read press accounts that have analyzed keyword rates for pay-per-click advertising. And my first question for you, you're a pay-per-click advertising expert, Tina. Is this true? Are keyword bids actually dropping on search engines?
Well, we have actually read several articles out there, too, alluding to that same fact that ad bids are dropping across Google, Yahoo, MSN, major search engines there. However, we haven't experienced that necessarily with our client base in general. But what we're finding is that due to the economic conditions we're experiencing here, a lot of companies we're assuming may be pulling out of PPC altogether because they want to save budgets, or decreasing their budgets because they're scared of what could be happening, and perhaps assuming that people's spendings are down, so why put the money into it. But from our experience, we aren't seeing the bids dropping across for our client base.
Interesting. Would you suggest that merchants definitely monitor that?
Definitely.
Yeah. Right.
Definitely. We, with our clients, we're in there on a daily basis monitoring the program. I think that's the biggest key, to any paid search program, is that you have someone dedicated, whether it's internal or external, and continually monitoring your program to make sure that you are accurately bidding against your competition and your placements where you want to be. That's really the key to optimizing your program, understanding those fluctuations that happen, whether they're increases or decreases.
Tina, what are you telling your clients? We're going to get to Net Concepts here in a sec, your firm of Net Concepts, but what are you advising your clients now generally during this economic downturn as it relates to pay-per-click advertising campaigns?
Well, I think it's an opportunity. Obviously, everyone wants to assess all of their spending, but PPC, the beauty of it really is that every cent that a client spends, we can track down to what they got in return for that. So I think there's a lot of value in keeping budgets in paid search if it's working for you. And by no means do we recommend to clients to keep running paid search programs when they aren't profitable, but by spending some time getting something really well optimized in terms of a paid search program, we're really able to optimize the return on their investment. So, we understand that our clients are, scared of spending more money or putting any money in, but also when you can look at paid search and say, well, here's the return that we're getting for you, it's a no-brainer for them to, stay in the business of paid search. And, with, kind of these articles out there that bids are going down, should they take advantage of it? Should I increase my budget, decrease it? All those questions and concerns that we get. We're really recommending to our clients who have a solid program in place, keep your budgets or keep your bids where they're at, your budgets where they're at, and take advantage of this time when you can get a higher position with potentially a less cost. So there are some opportunities that clients can look for to take advantage of these times.
Are you seeing click-through rates on pay-per-click ads? Are you seeing click-through rates? Are they remaining stable from your observation from a consumer standpoint?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's a little tricky now because it is a fourth quarter and in the holiday season, so obviously we're seeing those natural spikes occur due to that. But yeah, we aren't seeing any major negative effects on paid search programs across our client base in general.
Tina, I know you work for Net Concepts, which is in our view, really trend-setting pioneer internet firm. Stephan Spencer, your founder, we think highly of. Could you tell us a little bit about Net Concepts, what you do in particular with pay-per-click advertising?
Yeah, definitely. Net Concepts is really ingrained in everything natural search, and with bringing in pay-per-click advertising as a service line offering of ours in terms of management for our clients, we really like to think of paid search as extension of any client's online marketing mix. So by no means should it be the whole only leg that you're standing on or putting all of your eggs in the pay-per-click basket per se. But it's really an extension of everything you're doing in terms of natural search, email marketing, and everything that has to do with online marketing. So what we really like to focus on is using paid search also to learn new areas of focus for natural search. So maybe that's some keyword testing to see if certain keywords would be good to use in natural search as well. So we like to think of our learned paid search and natural search really combined together to have a really strong force and online presence. So we offer paid search management to all of our clients, including strategy. So we do all their keyword bidding management, their budget management. We write their copy, pretty much everything to do with the management of paid search.
What is the pricing for that for our listeners? Is it a flat rate, a percentage of the spend, a little bit of both?
A little bit of both.
How does that general model?
Yeah, our model is really based on the percentage of your media spend a month. And the easiest way to state that, and there is a minimum that we have set on that, but it's really based on what you spend and your media spend a month. And we provide weekly and monthly reporting, and we have standard program calls with our clients so that we're always talking to one another about what's happening outside of paid search. You aren't also managing your natural search, so we can identify those opportunities together and what we can really take advantage of and use paid search not only for your brand name and your product names, category names, but also test out some promotions in our advertisements. So right now in the holiday season, really big with free shipping, 10-20% off offers, that type of thing. We really translate all of those promotions back into paid search because we find that those ads really have a better conversion rate, click-through rate, and ultimately bring more sales to the client.
That makes sense. Microsoft, changing gears here, Tina, Microsoft and Yahoo seem to be on again and off again with potential merger talks. There's the latest I read, at least, is it seemed like those that may be back on, at least to discussions. Any sort of guess as to how that would affect pay-per-click advertising generally should Microsoft acquire Yahoo's platform?
Yeah, obviously, we see the same thing. It's one day it's on, one day it's off. So, with Microsoft acquiring Yahoo, I think it would really give them an immediate opportunity to gain that critical mass and level the playing field a little bit more in terms of Google, who now, as we know, controls over 2/3 now of the market share. So I think that it would affect things a little bit. Right now with our clients, we do paid search primarily in Google because that's where most people are searching, but we do Yahoo and MSN, and depending on the client and their mix of users, which ones we recommend there. But I think that, if there were to be a merger there, we definitely see some changes in terms of paid search and maybe more budget going in there and taking away from Google perhaps, if it makes sense. And again, that goes back to the beauty of paid search is that we can track everything. We can watch and monitor everything pretty much real time to determine, what's the most effective mix for our customers.
That makes sense. Our listeners, of course, are mainly e-commerce merchants, typically smaller e-commerce merchants. Tina, any parting thoughts for them as it relates to pay-per-click advertising during this season or during this period of economic downturn?
Yeah, I think, as I mentioned earlier, the bottom line with, paid search is to really make sure that it's a profitable one for you, and that, again, it's just part of your whole online marketing mix. And I think it's important that, whether you're a small company, a big company, that you're at least in the game and you're testing things out. You want to make sure that you are bidding for your brand name and brand terms. A lot of our clients question, well, why would I want to bid for that when, I'm coming up naturally for that? And, statistics show that users tend to either really be prone to click on natural listings about, that 80%, but there is that 20% that still clicks on, the paid advertisements. To cover your mix there, you need to be in both areas. So I think it's important to, get in the game, be in the game, don't be afraid of it, test things out, and just really make sure that you're monitoring it closely, because if you don't, there is a chance that you can lose a lot of money quickly. So you want to make sure that you know what you're doing and you're constantly just making those changes to your programs as things change in the economy, change online, your advertising competitive landscape is changing. So you just want to make sure you're in the know with everything that's going on there. And in this holiday season, I think it's a good idea to be testing out, as I mentioned earlier, as we do with our clients, is those promotional types of ads. Those really are going to get you some good click-through rates. So it's great to test those things out in paid search.
Okay. Well, for our listeners that are interested in checking out Tina's firm again, that URL is netconcepts.com. And Tina Kelly, Online Marketing Manager for Net Concepts. We want to thank you for your time today.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
That's all the time we have for this week's e-commerce conversation. I hope you enjoyed it. Please tune in next week for another new episode.